This is Paul Bedford, Business Growth Specialist. I'm going to put together a series of videos called 7 Keys to Wealth Accumulation from the fabulous book called The Richest Man in Babylon, which I thoroughly recommend you read. We're reading at Book Club right now and it is fantastic. The first key to wealth accumulation is to save 10% of your income. Now this applies to business and to personal lives, so these series will be really useful for everybody. So the first thing is, you might think, well hang on, if I can't live on 100% of my income, how can I possibly save 10% and live on 90%? Well, the first thing is set up a direct debit or a standing order from your main account and actually take out 10% and place it in a separate bank account that's more difficult for you to get to, that doesn't have contactless cards or anything like that. And what happens there is when you take it out and have it there automatically, you then are forced to live on the 90%. Now, when I was young and I first started out in life, I was under the impression that my income was my income, 100%, and I spent a lot. And then what I did is I went the extra mile and I had an overdraft. And I regarded the overdraft as my income, you know, my extra bit of income, but it wasn't. And I would go to the end of my overdraft every single month. That led to an absolute disaster in my financial life. So I decided to put this principle into play. First of all, I decided to pay off my overdraft and not use it at all. And then the second thing that I did was take that 10% out and automatically put it into another bank account. Now, the interesting thing about this, well, if you actually go all the way to your overdraft, by the way, if things go wrong, you are massively in trouble. So don't do that. So there's a great reason why the Inland Revenue, HMRC, IRS, whatever the organisation is in your country, they deduct your tax at source. Now the reason why they do that is pretend you earn £10,000 a month, which is lovely. Then obviously if you earn that much, then you actually only see £7,000 of that because it's been taken away before you even see it. Now there's a sound principle behind why they do that, because if they turned up 3 months later and try to take the 30% off you then and collect the tax later on, which they used to do, you wouldn't have it because you'd have spent it. And then that leads to all sorts of complications. So here's the thing, test this principle out. Set up a 10%, put it into a separate bank account, and that will then automatically, month after month after month, start accumulating wealth for you. So 7 keys to wealth accumulation. This was key 1. Set up to save 10% of your income. I'm Paul Bedford, Business Growth Specialist. Great, thanks for listening.